Hi everyone, my name's Lana and welcome to PTI. Today I'm here with Jeffrey and Preston and we're going to be talking NBA. Now this past season was a great one, but we're already ready for next season. So if you guys had to predict right now, who's going to win MVP next year? Jeffrey, let's start with you.
I think it has to be Anthony Edwards. I mean, that supporting cast with the Minnesota Timberwolves is just phenomenal. Alongside him with Jalen McDaniels, you have Rudy Gobert as a defensive stalwart. You have Karl Anthony Towns as that stretch five big man who can get you a shot anytime, any place. I mean, and Anthony Edwards still progressing, only entering his fourth year in the league. He's going to be a superstar one day, and I think this year is the year he takes the cake.
Okay, I'm actually going to go with Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks to win the MVP next year. The Mavericks went all the way to the finals this year and lost to the Celtics, but that was a great run for them, and that run was pretty much fueled by Luka's magic. He led the league in points per game this year with almost 34 points per game, and his skills all around the court are just phenomenal. And he has a decent enough supporting cast around him to support him. He's got Kyrie Irving up there with him. So I think the Mavericks are going to make another run next year, and it's going to be once again fueled by Luka Doncic, who will be next year's NBA MVP.
Well, with how inconsistent Kyrie Irving has been on the offensive and defensive side of the ball with the Mavericks, how do you think that Luka can go around that and use his other pieces, such as PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, those other pieces to help him possibly win an MVP?
Well, I mean, Kyrie Irving may be inconsistent, but we saw this year that Luka Doncic has pulled through almost all the time. I mean, he completely fueled the Mavs playoff run. They definitely wouldn't have made it to where they were without him. And the other pieces around him are good enough, in my opinion, to lead him to an MVP caliber season.
All right, so now that we talked about both candidates coming from the Western Conference, if you guys had to choose someone from the Eastern Conference, who do you think would win MVP?
I think I'd have to go. I know, very obvious answer, but I think Jason Tatum is the front runner. Though a dark horse candidate for me would be the Knicks' Jalen Brunson. He had an outstanding postseason run, and where he played all 48 minutes, most of the games during the series with the Pacers, and he was just outstanding in those matchups. And those consecutive 40-point outings just really showed how much of a threat he is on offense, even at his size at 6'1". So yeah, that's my dark horse.
Okay, from the East, I'm gonna go with Giannis because the Bucks have a good supporting cast around him to lead him to an MVP. This year they had a lot of injuries, so that kind of derailed their playoffs, and Giannis didn't perform as well as maybe he could have in some of those games. But I think next year Giannis will have a good chance at MVP with that skill set he has and the supporting cast he has as well. Another player I would pick from the East possibly would be Embiid, who has won an MVP before. He has a good supporting cast around him as well in Philadelphia, and he always performs very well.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see who takes home the MVP title next year. Thank you for watching PTI. I'm Alana, that's Jeffrey, and that's Preston. See you next time.